Hey guys, Luke here, and welcome back to episode 5 of the FIFA 16 Juventus career mode. Now, you might be noticing this is a little bit different to what the format used to be when I last uploaded this sort of video. Now, the last one was episode 4.5. If you want to go back and check it out, it's a little bit of a summary of the season so far because it's been so long since I'd uploaded. But this episode and the next episode are going to be post commentaries, but there's going to be a mixture of post com and live com going into the future. But for right now, it's just going to be some post commentaries. Going into our first game, it's against Frosinone, and is a formation change. We're going to the 4-4-2. Basically, I'm just trying to experiment with some formations, trying to figure out what's best for this Juventus side because we've got a lot of good players, but we haven't really got some set formation. Now, I prefer to use wingers, but we don't have an abundance of wingers or anything. At the same time, we've got a lot of good middle players, but you know, how do you fit all these good players into the side? And at the moment, striker position, you know, Zaza, Murata, two very similar players. We've got a lot of big men sort of thing, but no real like for like with Dybala. So, you know, we're just trying to work out what's best for us. Do we play Dybala on the wings and go for all the big men in the center position? Oh, sorry, I should say striker position. But yeah, going into this game against Frosinone, I had no idea who they were, and they aren't going very well in the league as far as I can tell. And to be honest, you know, we're doing decently like ladder position, table position, but how I feel we're playing isn't that good. And this is, you know, just shown right here as we conceded a goal, and it was a very, very nice goal, mind you. It was actually a really nice. I couldn't believe the pass went through. It's one of those ones where you concede it and you go, man, there's nothing I could do there, nothing I could do. So yeah, that Dooney scored his first goal in the Serie A. I don't know who he is, but we have Murata here, who I hadn't been a big fan of up until this point. I really wasn't a fan of him. You can go back and you can look at those live commentaries that I was doing. I was shitting all over Murata. People were saying it was just me, and maybe it was just me at the time, because I got to say Murata felt way better to use in this game. In fact, a lot of the players felt way better to use in this game. So I don't know if it's just a psychological thing in terms of I've changed the formation, and now I've got like and also I didn't play it for a while as well, so maybe I've come in with a new outlook on, not an outlook on life, but an outlook on FIFA career mode life maybe, I don't know. But Pogba, what an incredible ball that was, and an incredible finish from Anderson there as well. That was really, really nice stuff. I couldn't believe how it kind of so perfect, it just opened up so easily. Tracking back, obviously not a strong suit of this Frosinone side on the wings there, but Anderson, man, that was a good little run from him and an even better finish. You know, those sort of goals are the ones that I really like to score. Just I'm not really looking for the long bombs or anything from deep or anything, or you know, even skill goals, whatever. I thought that one was just really nice because I don't know, just belt the shit out of the ball across the face of goal. It just looked really cool. Now they had a great chance and they absolutely bushed it. It was like an open goal for them, and there's been a few little fouls here and there, but Murata finds himself through on goal, and it was a great little block there. But Murata was just showing how damaging he can be on the ball. Because I was always looking at Murata as just a target man, but he seems to be much more than that. He's got a great pace and that sort of stuff. But they have a chance late on, and it's a pretty, I'd say a pretty crucial block there, because I think that might have been going in. I'm not going to lie, I think it was going in. Buffon, great keeper. I'm not sure if he could have saved that one though. And you can see by the stats, I mean, they had more possession, they had more shots, but we had more shots on target. So, I mean, I'm not going to say they deserve to win or anything, because I don't think they did. Stats always don't tell a story, and I think we were definitely the better side. However, it did show that it wasn't, you know, all our way, and you know, they easily could have nabbed a second goal and maybe made it a 2-2 draw, who knows. But thankfully for us, they didn't. Now moving on to the next game, it's taken on Napoli. It looks like there wasn't too much of time in between the games, as you can tell by some of the fitness of the players. We've got Murata up front there, who played all of the last match, and he looked quite tired. And I don't know if you noticed, but I took off Coutinho and Pogba midway through the last game because I knew this game was coming up, and I knew it was a very important game because it's a top of the table clash. Napoli are in second position, and I think it's essential that we win. Not really because, I mean, it's very, very early on in the season. I'm not really concerned about that. We can drop a few points here and there as long as we go on a bit of a run later on. But it's just more of a psychological thing. Like, Napoli are one of the better sides in the Serie A. They're obviously coming second at the moment, and for us to get a win over them would just really do a lot for me in terms of where I was at with the Juventus side. I still wasn't sure with a lot of players. Still wasn't sure with, you know, is this the formation for us? I know we did just play very well against the last side, but the last side was not a good side, let's be honest. But we did start off with you know, a little bit of a flurry of chances. See Dybala on the ball, pretty much as strong as a side as we can go at the moment, barring injuries and that sort of stuff. But it is Dybala who's going to fake shot inwards, and he's going to keep coming across the face of goal there, and he does end up scoring just about 8 minutes into the game. Not quite 8 minutes, but just about. And you know, that was really good work from Dybala. I was really impressed with him. He was one of the few players when I was playing to live commentaries where I was like, yep, he is gun. He's a gun player. And yeah, he hasn't really missed a beat so far since coming back. Coutinho was one of the players who I wasn't that particularly impressed with, but he's come back and he's played pretty well so far. The chance we had before, had we just got that shot off, we were seconds away from scoring. Not seconds, we were milliseconds away from scoring. But it is Felipe Anderson on the back of a really quick, well, he didn't throw it out, but he put it onto the foot and then just kicked it out, and we hit them on the counter. So that's really a perfect sort of way to score. I really enjoy those counter-attacking goals, and that's Morata's third goal after he scored last game. So Morata he's really enjoying things up front now as compared to what he was beforehand. They did actually go very, very close. I think it was Higuain who ends up scoring the goal. I don't know who it was. Maybe it was Callahan who ended up scoring, or not scoring the goal, but he had the first shot which hit the post. So credit to Napoli, they stuck in it, and they've hit back relatively quickly. But basically, I think it's been all us for the most part, except for that chance that they ended up scoring from. But it is Morata who just burns the defence there, and they come across and they give away a penalty. It was a clear-cut penalty. They completely missed the ball, and as you could tell, it's going to be a red card because he was the last man, and he came through and he stopped the goal-scoring opportunity. So Hysaj, or however you pronounce his name, he is off. 43 minutes in, just before half-time. It's perfect for us. We're already up 2-1, looking to go 3-1 up. And it is going to be Morata who's going to step up and take the penalty up against Reina. Reina goes the right way, but didn't go for the right sort of height. So we end up scoring that one. And Morata, that's his fourth goal in the Serie A. So how quickly things can change. One episode ago, well, I suppose 1.5 episodes ago, I don't know exactly what you'd say. Probably, yeah, 1 and a bit episodes ago, I was talking about how much I hated Morata. I wanted to sell him. I was talking to a friend about Morata, saying I need to get rid of him. Don't know who to bring in, that sort of stuff. But now he's come back and he's killing it. So yeah, it's just funny that it's funny how things happen like that. And Pereira, I think, came off the bench there, and he picks up a fourth goal for us. So 66 minutes in, just pure domination from us, and it is a little bit surprising how much we have dominated this game. I was expecting us to win, I should say, but I wasn't expecting us to win by this much. And we even nearly picked up a fifth goal there. I think it was Morata taking the finesse shot. And right here just shows it wasn't all smooth sailing. Chiellini gets caught with the ball there. Alexandro sort of did okay, I suppose. He covered some of the cutbacks and that sort of stuff, but Buffon comes up with a huge save for us. So that was very, very pleasing. Now Alexandro, he has some great pace, and he does find a pass to Zaza, who I believe was off the bench possibly. And it is Pereira who definitely was off the bench. And he gets it back to Zaza, who shoots and scores first time. What a finish that was. Zaza, he really is down the pecking line in terms of strikers that we've got, but every time he gets an opportunity, he seems to impress for me. So yeah, I do have to keep him in mind. In terms of a long-term player for the club, he could be there. He's relatively young. He's pretty good. He could be the backup for Morata once Mandzukic is sort of too old and he's gone. Although Mandzukic right now, if you're wondering where he is, he's injured. But, I mean, stats say we were the much better side, I think. Anyways, you can look at the man of the match. Buffon picked up man of the match. Actually, Morata picked up man of the match. But in terms of players who didn't get subbed off, Buffon was the man of the match there. So he came second officially. Morata had a really, really good game. We did sub him off at the end, obviously because Zaza came on and scored. But yeah, going into this game against Club Brugge, I know Matty Ryan used to play there. He's not there anymore. But I know they're a decent side for Belgium standards. And, they win a few games here and there. But I was expecting us to win this one pretty comfortably. Although Club Brugge actually did get a win over Real Madrid by looks of things. So I suppose there are no slouches in this group. But yeah, it just seems pretty funny that both the favourites you would think would go through would be Madrid and Juventus, and we both lost our first game. But I was looking to right the wrongs of the last game and hopefully just go on and smash Club Brugge. I was full of confidence after we just pumped Napoli. We're going with a very strong side, the strongest side we can probably put out. Maybe a few players here and there. It just depends on what you would consider are the best players, but in terms of fitness, we've put out the best team that we can. And yeah, against Club Brugge, I was thinking it's going to be pretty easy. We just can't get complacent, and I don't know if that's exactly what we're going to do, but you can see here Dybala, we got off to a pretty lively start. Club Brugge nearly scored early on, but they are going to butcher a perfect opportunity right there, and I gotta say, I couldn't believe they missed. I thought that was like, oh, that's a sign for us that it's not going to go well for Brugge. But as you can see here, we're just sliding in, just stupid play from us. Now going to smash it to the near post. Now for me, usually those shots get saved. I don't know what Buffon was doing. I really don't understand why he didn't save that, because like I said, every time I do a shot like that, it gets saved pretty comfortably. So it was frustrating to concede a goal like that, but you see Pogba doing some damage here, and he's looking for the cut back there to Morata, and Morata, I thought, should have just held his position, and if he did hold the position, we would have scored there for sure. Unfortunately, he didn't, and it was just an easy interception. Now, right here, 74th minute, not much has happened in the second half, and that, you know, judged by that highlight, that kind of shows you everything. Not much has happened, apart from this Dybala chance here. He's brought down the edge of the box here, so we do have a free kick, but we nearly ended up getting the ball from the keeper kicking it out, but the best chance of the second half was definitely that chance right there, and it was the last chance of the half. I think it was Pereira or someone who ended up taking the shot from the free kick. It was just rolled out to him, and he did end up putting it wide. So you can see there the stats. It kind of shows that it was a pretty even game. I think once Club Brugge got the goal, which was kind of against the run of play, they sort of just sat back. Not that they weren't doing that right from the start, but they really sat back and parked the bus. And we've just got to make sure, you know, with those sides that are parking the bus against us, we're Juventus. We're going to have a lot of sides who are just looking to get a point out of it, looking to get a draw. We need to make sure we can break them down, and that's what I'm struggling to do at the moment. But you can see that we're in a bad way in terms of the Champions League. You know, we haven't got a point. Every other club, or every other team, I should say, has got 3 points at least. So they've got to win, some even 2 wins, and you know, it's really not good for us that we haven't got a win at all. So we're just falling behind every game, and we need to make sure we win our next game. It's very, very crucial. The league position, we're going okay. We're going okay with the league. Anyways, that's where the video ends. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Subscribe to the channel as well. If you're new around here, you can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Luke on my T. Facebook page in the description below, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye, guys.